It's such a great honor to be able to raise funds for Living Beyond Breast Cancer organization.
Yes, thank you, Renee, very much for helping us to organize this event. It's for a beautiful cause, and it's always our pleasure to help people.
And welcome to another edition of MUSES, the podcast. So excited to be here. I'm your host, Renee Knorr, and today we have incredible co-hosts that's really going to turn this conversation around. Not only are we going to be speaking about healthy spaces, but we're also going to be talking about that whole mental health, as well as being able to thrive in the communities that we are residing in. And our first co-host that's joining with us. Not only we're grateful to have a plethora of everyone that's with us. Let's just go here. We have the one and only Miss Kendra Seck. And Miss Kendra Seck, not only is she an author, real estate guru, as well as a phenomenal woman where it relates to also mental health awareness. How are you doing today, superstar? You're on mute. Beautiful.
Sure. Absolutely amazing. How are you, Renee?
I'm doing great, and happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you as well. We made it to another Friday.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Well, you looking sensational over there.
You as well. You as well. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. We're going to welcome some more of our incredible guests. I think I'll let you do the honors of welcoming our very own, this next gentleman right here, which is Mr. Jay Fletcher.
Well, hello, Jay. How are you?
Good afternoon, Kendra. How are you and Renee today?
Hey, how are you doing today, Jay?
Wonderful.
So, yes. So nice to have you here with us on the show as well.
Thank you.
Would you tell us a little bit about yourself, Jay?
Well, I like to call myself the consummate professional, serial entrepreneur. Currently, I'm the VP at Optimum Strategy Partners. We are a boutique strategy firm based here in Atlanta, and our core competencies range from a variety of places, primarily municipalities and multinational corporations.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Well, we're excited. I know for sure we're going to have a really great conversation with you, Jay. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. One of our next co-hosts with us is Michelle McLean. Now, Michelle and I, let me say, we've been friends for a very great time. Not only she's in the whole schooling industry, but she's also a wonderful woman that knows how to burn in that kitchen. Michelle McLean, how are you doing, superstar?
I am excellent today. Happy Friday.
I know.
And I am an educator. I've been an educator for about 20, 23, 24 years. I currently am employed with Fulton County Schools, and I am an entrepreneur. I do catering. My company is Great Gatherings, and I've been cooking for just as long, maybe longer. And I am a community activist. So I do a lot of work in the community with different organizations. And I love working with people, youth and women, which
Yes.
are primarily our focuses. And I'm just happy to be here. And I'm very into wellness. So this is a very important topic for me.
Awesome. Well, we're
So
looking
hello,
so forward.
everyone.
Yes, we're looking forward to getting insight from you truly as well, hearing from you. So thank you for being here, Michelle. And last but surely not least, this is an author who's definitely impacting America. We're grateful to have him. He's the owner of Arbor House, and not only that, House Healing. We're grateful that he's been able to just really assist in not only working with our seniors, but I would say with the communities as well. Look at him. He's on the move. He must be going to meet with some of his clients right now, Kendra. I just love it. How are you doing today? Oh, my goodness.
I
Mr.
am
Dante
great.
Charles.
Yes, thank you. I am great, and yes, I am. This is a busy day for me, as most beginning of the month are, and I'm rolling, but I have time to partake in something that is so much needed and positive. So I'm here. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're happy that you're here with us as well. And I know if you have to make a move, we understand. And we're just, like I said, this is going to be one of those amazing opportunities for us to really come together because we are serving the community, right, guys? Serving the community. It's hard to believe, like 3 years ago, literally, we probably was doing something that would not even be thinking about us on a call like this. But we know after COVID, it totally shook us up, have us going inside and out. And let's just say this, guys, because we're going to talk about it as well. Oh my goodness, technology has totally increased. It's like on a massive. I think all the time, Kendra, about the movie The Matrix. We're living in the Matrix, guys. Okay, we're truly living in the Matrix. But I want to ask you guys this question here because it's really important. We think about this because we're welcoming in this first month of August. How does your physical environment impact, mental health? How does your physical environment impact mental health? And I'll say this also: what design elements can we can actually promote, even like in the spaces that we're in, to support having a better environment? And I know with you, Kendra, that definitely is a good, probably a great question for you with everything that you do in from real estate, but also from that mental space, how important it is for us to have an environment that is conducive for us. Please share with us quality environment.
Your environment is everything. And people take environment in many different ways. Some people think of environment as what's outside of you, what's external to your home. Other people look at environment as your home itself, what's inside of your dwelling. So it's most important that you feel safe externally and internally. The other environment is inside of yourself as well. So when we speak of mental health in your environment, it depends on your perception and your belief of what that is for you. But I think it's important that we have a safe exterior, interior, and neighborhood, as well as community of people that support us and make sure that our mental health is good. Sometimes it's as simple as laughing, meeting up with some people that just make you resonate with yourself and laugh and have a good time. Other times we need more serious intervention like therapy or someone that we can talk to that's unbiased or able to help us through really tough situations and decisions. So when it comes to your environment, it's beautiful that we get to choose what that means for us, but that we have to make sure, first and foremost, that we're safe in all of those perceptions of our environments.
Absolutely love that. I'd love to open up the floor in case anyone else would like to pour in. Also, what does it mean for them? Especially because, where we are today, not only I think about this, we had an interview with Marie Diamond, and she even talked about the color. When you walk into different spaces, it helps. I think now I picked up more gold in my home, to kind of like to attract more wealth, but also different colors really does make a difference. So maybe Dante or even Jay, what does it mean to you regarding environment? How important it is? Because I'm looking over there at Jay's environment. Let's just talk about it first, okay? Come on now, Dante, right? Look at Jay's.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. So let's talk about what it means to you, Jay, please.
Well, believe it or not, when I bought my house, I bought it like a couple of years before the pandemic. And I knew it was going to be my house because when I rolled into the driveway, I was like, I'm home. You know what I mean? I feel like your home should be a sanctuary. And it really worked out when the pandemic rolled around because I had land and I could go outside and just hang outside and decompress. And so I think it's very important that your environment is quiet and serene, because that does play into what Kendra was mentioning earlier about your overall health.
Absolutely wonderful. And thanks for sharing. And we want to give you like best environment over there. Yes. Share with us also, Dante, what is your take on that? I know even like with the workplace that you're in, and I know you didn't get a chance to introduce yourself to the community. So why don't you do an intro of who you are? I think that's so important. And then also talk about also the surroundings and how significant it is for you because of the influence for, like we're talking about that mental health. Why is it so important to you? Please share.
Right. Yes, I'm Dante Charles. I'm a mental health professional, and I'm more so on the end now of providing housing for mental disability as well as developmental disability. So we have facilities that house these individuals, and we provide the outsourcing and the treatment programs and different things to cater to whatever their diagnoses are. And the environment is very important. A matter of fact, that's a part of one of my taglines for the company. The environment is very much a big part of the healing. And so we believe that. So we do a lot of creating really good environments. That's from a positive environment with colors that does have a lot to do with the mental health positive side of it, as well as the group of people that they are around, the type of activities that we provide. All of that is providing a positive environment, and our main thing is to showing these individuals that there's more to life than their diagnosis. And so the environment is very important, from what you do with it, what you create within that environment, the people that you surround yourselves with, as well as mindset and teaching positive affirmations and different things like that that helps create really positive environments that helps all of us to thrive, not just mental health, but even those of us who are without mental health issues. It helps all of us to thrive in positive spaces.
I love that. Even when you think about the whole pandemic, pandemic, when you think about the whole place of just being sequestered, it was dark for some people, right? And they were telling that you can't even go outside to the daylight or anything like that. And we didn't
I just
realize
stopped it.
effect that it had, right? And so not only did a lot of people feel like they were drowning probably in their own space, but we understand also the importance of even just getting out. Green spaces are really good for not only the community but also for our way of even breathing and healing through a space. I know over with Michelle, you work alongside with those babies. Oh my goodness. And I mean, now we know you can go into school with music going very, very loud, or you can decide to walk into some soothing music or whatever the case may be. Why is it so important for you to have, the right type of environment for your young leaders that come in? Michelle.
Well, it's very important. Well, it first starts at home. I'm kind of like Jay in a sense where, during the pandemic, I was home and I was quite comfortable. I have a yard, I can go out and plant some things. I have a deck. So, that's very important to me. Like just being able to step outside and not have a lot going on around me. And so that helped me be able to go into the classroom with some sense of peace because you can imagine it could be quite hectic. I think most of my children, though, most of the kids, they like music, they don't, but just having a clean environment is most important, having things orderly because it just helps us get things going a lot easier, and I'm dealing with that now in my home. So I'm in a nice environment. It's quiet over here, but I have way too much clutter. So I've been really working on that, and I find when I clear my space, I'm way more productive. So it's something that I'm struggling with right now. Not so much, but just getting it done and finding time to do it just to make my home more organized. And I feel like when your home is more organized, then you can be more productive outside. So, you know, I know there's a lot of people that I talk to now that, we're helping each other with that. So I think that's important to just, it was important for me to just let people know, hey, I'm struggling with this. I need some help. And I've had people to come over, a couple of friends say, okay, let me help you get this room together. Okay, well, let me help you get this area. It's important. Reach out
Mhm.
when you need help. Just little things, even if it's just organizing a bookshelf. And it seemed like that's something I should be able to do on my own, but sometimes we just get busy in life. So, I just think having my home environment is a very, very big key for me now. Have organized. So,
Absolutely. I mean, two thumbs up for that. Absolutely. It starts with the home. I mean, so many, especially I know for the ladies, we got to declutter a lot of things, ladies. Okay.
Yeah.
Declutter, get rid of. And chances are, when it comes down to some things that we have at home, if we have, especially when it comes down to clothes, I'm just going to go there. If we
okay.
haven't put on clothes, I would say in at least 2 or 3 years,
In two,
chances
three
are
years.
we're not the same size anymore. And maybe we need to
No.
pass it on. So truly, I agree with that. Declutter, declutter, declutter. And then when you declutter a space, it helps you to be even more creative.
Mhm.
It
Oh,
allows
yeah.
you to utilize that energy towards something else. I know the guys would agree with me on that one as well, right, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, most
Men
certainly.
do
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like a dirty place. Let me
No,
tell
we
you
don't.
guys, they do not like dirty places, right, fellas?
Not at
Yeah.
all.
Not
It's
at
it's
all.
it's something. It does something to come back home to a clean room and bed, and I tell my clients that a lot too. It does something positive to the mind to come into that type of space. It's clear.
Yeah.
How many of you guys how many guys was told as soon as you wake up, you get up out of the bed, you gotta immediately make that bed up? How many of you guys, okay, yeah.
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 Absolutely.
And go ahead, talk about that, Kendra. Talk about it.
Oh, that was grounds for not being able to do other things for the rest of the day. What do you mean you didn't make up your bed?
Right?
You're that busy? You're too young. You don't even have a job. Why can you not make up your bed? That was
Well,
grounds for other things not happening throughout the day. What else happened to you guys?
Mhm.
I think about this too with the developers, because you work alongside with a lot of developers and architects. They can really incorporate that wellness. I think even from a blueprint standpoint.
Yes. Feng
I
shui.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. The feng
Mhm.
shui. Marie Diamond is our feng shui master, and we had her. She was our first muse.
Mhm.
For the talk show. And the great part about it, talk about that, guys. Are you all familiar with that feng shui? I know when we were watching the movie, what was that movie? Bad Boys. What you
What you
gonna
gonna
do?
do?
When Martin Lawrence walked into the space, he's like, Chief, your home is so like it's so like fun sway. He just felt the energy. So I feel as if developers, architect that really have a way of focusing on different designs that could
Mhm.
support also different elements that could provide even air quality, right?
Mhm.
Being able to have that as well. So share with us
Yeah.
other ways that you see that you probably would like to. Also, what are some things that you are like? I would say some of your non-negotiables when it come down to your space. Who would like to go?
Mm.
Jay, why don't you answer that
I know.
question?
I know. For
Your
me,
non-negotiables.
yeah, I know. For me, it was just as he was saying earlier, like no clutter. I like clean lines, things to be kind of like well defined in a space. Everything has a place and a purpose. I don't like to look and now that's not to say that I might not have a chair full of clothes, because I'm guilty of that myself. But for the most part, everything around it has to kind of like be for me, um, pretty much put in its place.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that. Everything has to be put in its place, is what Jay said. What about you, Michelle? Well, we heard about Michelle because Michelle said she had to get some people to come over and help her out and everything like that to declutter. And I love the fact of like just putting things back in this place. For me, the organization has been a little bit, okay, when you get it, Jay, now when you finish it, just go put it back,
Just go put it
right?
back. Yeah, it should be that simple.
It
Return it.
should be that
Oftentimes it's
simple.
not, but it
But
should be
Dante,
that simple.
is it really that simple, Dante?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm more of a I'm more of a peace. My environment has to have some peace. I like to have the cleanliness. The cleanliness is a part of it, but I like ambiance and music. All of that kind of goes hand in hand for me. And it just kind of gives a peaceful and positive energy. And yeah, like I say, coming into a space where there is not a lot of clutter. I remember my mom used to teach me how to clean, and she used to say, "Nothing should be on nothing." Don't leave nothing on nothing. Yeah. So just like it's brand new, just like the house was just sold. There shouldn't be nothing on the counters, nothing on the tables, nothing on nothing. And so yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. Yeah, I really like that. I'll ask this question because, guys, not only do we look at us as being not only the community leaders, being very making a difference, impacting lives as well as within our own. Right now we see, especially majority of us right here in Atlanta, right? How has Atlanta changed for you in your space? I want to know, how has it totally just been able to support also, I would say, addressing not only the whole mental space. I know certain areas that they've definitely cleaned up, but I'd like to hear from you all in regard to the support of the mental health as well as mental health communities. How have you noticed Atlanta has made that transition? And not just Atlanta, it could be in the suburbs as well. So,
Well, what I've
Michelle, take it
noticed,
away.
what
Mhm.
I've noticed, which is a good thing, I can remember a time when there were more mental health services, and I mean like public, like, maybe county ran, and I see a lot of that has decreased a lot. But I do see, the building of, like, let's say the Beltline, and even though that seems recreational, but for some people, being able to go outside, and exercise and ride their bikes or rollerblade or go walking for miles, because a lot of Atlanta does not have sidewalks, especially, outside of Metro Atlanta. So I think those things are important, providing more recreational spaces for people to go and have fun, and because that's needed. Growing up in New York, we could go walk for miles. I could go outside my doorstep and I could just be gone on a sidewalk for hours. You can't do that here. And I think that's something a lot of people are missing, is
Mhm.
just being able to go outside and go walk and feel safe without getting ran over by cars. And there's a lot of cars and a lot of people driving here. So, you know, I just think that aspect, I'm kind of liking. I wish I had property closer to, one of the Beltline, areas, so I could just go out and walk, ride my bike. I
Yeah,
have to put my bike in my car and go drive somewhere, So just
I,
little things like that. But I like to see that those things are coming about more. Some
mhm.
we have parks around, which is great. So I think that the recreation part, I see a surge in creation, and people getting outdoors more, and I like to see more of it.
Mhm.
Even in my community, I live in South Fulton, and they're talking about trails, and they're trying to make little parks and little areas, but it's slow.
Yeah. Well, I know with Dante, Michelle, Dante, he's working alongside with our seasoned millennials. Okay. He's working with the seniors. Let me just say,
Okay.
let's give it up to our mayor, Andre Dickens, who's doing the doggone thing. Not only he's raised up the vibration when it comes down to our seniors, but you know what? They have it, they're doing it big right now, Dante. So
Okay.
you share with me
Yeah,
what have been
yeah,
the
very
things that
much.
you've seen. Yes.
Yeah. Very much. Yeah, and it's going on in most major cities. I mean, from the senior communities that are going up everywhere. I think that was a phenomenal idea. That's allowing seniors, even that's not having major retirement funds, to still be able to live really nice. And something a lot of people don't touch on is the positive side of gentrification. We all hate the negative side, and we're all aware of what that does, and we're definitely not condoning or advocates for that negative part of it. But there's another side of gentrification that's going on in most major cities that's really allowing a lot of people to live and have an opportunity they would not have had if these areas weren't cleaned up, replaced with new development, from condos to housing. A lot of individuals are getting opportunities to live in really good situations, due to that, and that's a lot of what has come with the growth of Atlanta. And I know it's in most major cities, but I mean, Atlanta, I don't even think we might have one project left, public housing left in Atlanta. And I mean that, like, not figuratively speak. I mean, I think there's only one left in the city of Atlanta out of the hundreds that we had. And there's a real positive side of that, and I've noticed that growth in the environment. And again, a part of that nuance to Atlanta has been the seniors paying a lot of attention and showing the need to what the seniors deserve to have as well. With these communities, and I mean, and I'm sure have you all been in these senior communities? These indoor apartments where it's community involvement. I mean, it's really plush. They're giving them 2 and 3 bedrooms with a hallway that leads into the living room. I mean, really, really nice. And so that's been a real noticeable change in Atlanta.
I love hearing that. And thank you for adding that to, because truly, like you said, they are like living it up VIP. I'm going to talk
Yeah.
about, I'm going to hand the microphone over to you, Kendra. The seniors have their own balls. And let me just say this, guys, they go out, they get all dolled up like as they should. They got about 3,000 of them coming out, and it's like, baby, all right?
Hello. Yes.
Come on.
It was funny because I remember Dante was saying a little earlier about his mom attending the city ball, the annual ball that comes up. And I said, we should have more events like that. I think it's a chance for us to recognize and to appreciate our seniors. A lot of our generations coming up now, they have very little respect for our seniors, and that's where our wisdom is housed. So it's very important for us to have these conversations and see them in their heyday and see them in at formal events and formal gowns and tuxes, and just be able to see them at their best. So I love that our city participates in things like that. I also love that we address senior mental health as well, because a lot of our seniors transition through so many things. Even if you're looking at community with seniors, we have to think about empty nesters and them transitioning to smaller houses. We have to think about them being able to go into different communities. Like, not all seniors go into senior communities. So if they're shifting different neighborhoods, maybe they just want to be in a regular neighborhood or subdivision, but they're a part of the senior community and they're expecting some different things from their neighborhood, but they don't actually get those. So I love that we incorporate our seniors into many things and we still have respect for them. I wish that we could also incorporate the younger generation having more respect. And when I say younger, I'm looking at more like 25 and under. If they would understand the wisdom that our seniors hold for us and the ability that they can simply tell us a story and save us from going through so many headaches in the community, so many headaches with buying our real estate, so many headaches of where we should move, and some of these gentrification processes that we were speaking of earlier. Our seniors are so important to us. And I think that the city having different events for them to help with insurance and help with healthcare and us talking about mental health more, it's such a beautiful thing for our seniors, ourselves as well. But our seniors are definitely our foundation and our core, and we need to see more of those things happening in the community. I'll turn it back over to you guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, some of the things we were able to do recently, thanks to our mayor, we call her our mayor within the GW3, Lolita Anderson.
Lolita, yes.
Alongside with Atlanta City Hall, we were able to participate with our very own mayor, alongside with over 400 seniors with their active day. And oh my goodness, it was just, I mean, it was so much great energy. I'm going to say that, very much so great energy. They were doing the line dance. They had their routines down to a T, but it was, like you said, just bringing the community, making sure we have that inclusivity, and being very active. We got to keep them active. And you know, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let Jay respond to this, because if we don't do something about our seniors 15 years later, guess what's going to happen, guys? Okay, 15 years later. So we know we have to be so proactive in taking care of our seniors and our young people, because if we don't show our young leaders how to take care of us, guess what? They're going to let us just roll on out there and not even take care of us and do nothing for us. So it's so important for us to not only have that inclusivity, to have these activities, but also do some things as positive and bring about change, positive change, and good ideas. So Jay, go ahead and pour into the conversation.
No, I agree with that. And I know we were talking earlier about, you know, we're on the cusp of that. So 15 years from now, we will be there. And then who's taking care of us? That's right. So I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, we have to find more activities. And if there aren't any, we need to create them, you know, where seniors get a chance to participate with the youth and for them to work together. I know that we were talking also about green spaces earlier. Maybe we could incorporate some type of initiative to kind of like get everybody back outside at the same time. And so I think it's a very positive opportunity for us to kind of like come together and get things rolling in that direction. But I agree, we will be seniors in the next 15 years. I was a little disappointed in myself because a couple of weeks ago I got an AARP email, and I said I don't think I'm going to be able to make it through this little application, but we're there, man. At least I'm there, least, and so, you know, I'm looking forward to and there again, I'm reaching out to the youth in not only in my family but in my community and saying, hey, you guys, why don't you come over and we do this together, that together. So yeah, we need to start pouring back into the youth, because that's who's going to be taking care of us in the next 15 minutes, not 15 years. That's how quickly it feels like it's coming, you know.
I know that's right. Ooh, that AARP, right? That letter. It's like, it's like, why are you sending that to me? Like, really?
Yeah, I almost feel insulted. I almost feel insulted when I get that stuff in the mail.
What do you feel? What do you feel, Dante?
A little insulted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, am I here already? Am I really here? You know. Yeah.
Let's talk about that, guys. We have 5 more months to go before the end of 2025. And you know what? I'm feeling really good about some things that's happening around us. But at the same token, you know, we got to keep on pressing forward. Looking forward to, I'm going to say it, and I don't have a problem with saying it, having the first African-American female as president of the United States. I'll put it out there. That's right. Come on now. And it is such a good time. I'm looking forward to 100. No, not 100. Yeah, 100 million. Why not? They used to have the million women. I mean, million men march. Let's have the 100 million women march.
There you go.
Taking over for Kamala Harris. Doesn't that feel good, guys?
Yeah, it does. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dante,
good,
when
good.
I'm seeing you smiling over there, and I know this is just giving us the opportunity to say, you know what? All we need is a chance. All we need is an
Yeah,
opportunity.
A
That's
seat at the
it.
yeah,
table. Yeah.
Say it
yeah,
again, Kendra.
A seat at the table. Yeah.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
So Dante, come on, pour into what the movement, the whole feeling. I mean, as it stands right now, Kamala already have raised close to 500,000. I'm already putting that in existence too.
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
315 million on a lot of these calls,
yeah,
guys. And so we already
yeah,
see. I said billionaire. I already claimed it for her, billionaire status, because that's exactly what the Obamas were able to do. So Dante, how do
yeah.
you feel now about the movement that we're in?
I think it's amazing. I think the change. I think Obama conditioned everyone for the big change. I think that was really necessary for this to be such an awesome opportunity now for Kamala.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of us, for the most part, we're really taking it positively and looking at what can really come out of this. You know, it means so much for her getting into this position. And you're right. I mean, she's raising money. I mean, in record time, and a lot of supporters. And sometimes, it takes things to happen in order for everyone's not ready for change, right?
Mhm.
But sometimes it takes crazy things to happen, like a Trump, in order to wake up the most, because even a lot of the Republicans are looking at, it's just the only sensible thing to do. Her resume speaks for itself. Her intellect speaks for itself. And her just being a qualified candidate. Plus, the even with her not having the experience of running a country, she has so much support. She has so much support in her cabinet that would make sure that things are done the way that we need them done for the people.
Mhm.
And I just think it's a wonderful day. I'm totally in support of her, and we're seeing a lot of numbers, a lot of record numbers coming out. Some people are going to be surprised, and a lot of us are not. But yeah, that will be a victorious win for the first Black woman, ethnic woman, to run this white America. That would be something serious. Yeah.
Mhm.
You just saying it gave me so many chills. Come on now. Woo! That felt
Yeah.
good. Come on, Jay. What's your
Yeah.
take on it? 'Cause I already know where the lady stands. So what's your take on it, Jay?
No, I agree with him. I hate to
Yeah.
piggyback on everything this man says, but it's almost like we're twins when it comes to the way we think. No, I'm excited as well. I don't really have like a lot to add to it other than, I know who I'll be voting for um come November. And back to the youth. I mean, she has energized our base in a way that it's very, very difficult to keep the youth's mind on something more than 15 minutes if it's not online or TikTok or
Okay.
anything like that. So I'm very excited and very proud of her, and I can't wait till it's time to vote.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't have a TikTok account yet, guys. So maybe I need to get on that TikTok as well.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm currently filling out my AARP application, so I seriously doubt I'll be able to. I'm not even sure how to spell it really. So
Oh God.
I love, I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Okay, Michelle, and then we'll have Miss Kendra to close us out with that piece, and then we'll be ready to wrap it up, guys. So, Miss Michelle.
Well, one of the things that I definitely would like to see, and I agree with everything the gentleman said, I really, really would love to see more young people get registered. I know that's kind of an issue, in our community and our base. So that's something that myself personally will, be a part of, trying to at least get, so, a lot of kids, they can register, I guess, if they're, by the time the school year starts, if they're 17 and a half, that means generally they should be 18 by the time, election day comes. hopefully. So I really, personally would like to try to get as many young people involved in this process because a lot of young people, and I'm talking from 18 to 20, 30, are not registered voters. So I think that's important because the difference with us is that the Republicans, they'll get their kids registered early and tell them to go vote. They don't ask any questions. They don't have an opinion about it. They vote for whoever, the candidate is that. And it's just we got to step up on that. And we have to help our youth step up on that because a lot of them will tell you that, oh, well, we don't vote for the president, that's this, but they don't understand the importance of these local
Yeah.
elections. They don't really grasp that it's the continuation up to that point. Well, maybe you don't necessarily vote exactly for the president, but they don't understand that, their state representatives, their Congress, they don't understand that they can utilize these people. I've used my congressman quite a few times on personal issues, on real estate issues. So they do help, and it's important who you have in those positions. So we really have to educate our youth on that. I think, for my next, what, 80, 70, well, how many days is it? 90 something or 80 or we need to get on that is talk to many young people as we can, people who normally don't vote. I know, Dante, you say you work in the mental health area. Like a lot of
Yeah.
those people don't vote. Even the
Yeah.
people who are not felons in prison, they can vote.
Right.
Or in jail, they can vote. So I just think it's important we reach out to those areas that we normally wouldn't think about. Because, yeah, we know who we're going to vote for, but then we got to help our community more, just be more
Yeah.
involved and educate them on. So that's one of my goals and what I would like to see.
Absolutely. I love that. I think you
It's
got three
important.
thumbs up. We got two fingers and you still got three thumbs up over here. Okay. Absolutely. Getting the kids more involved, being proactive, taking the initiative, and truly getting out on the streets, guys. Back in the day, we used to always be walking the streets. Now we don't even know our neighbors. We don't even know our next door neighbors. So
No.
it's important to get out. The kids don't even play outside anymore. So we
No,
have
they
to
don't.
really knock on those doors. Let's go show up. Let's put ourselves into action and definitely take the leadership in that space. When I heard the great news, I was in Panama, and when the announcement when Biden was with our president Joe Biden, I want to give him his respect, was stepping down, and she was being appointed. I'm like, oh my goodness, my phone went off so many times, okay, with so many different groups. It was like ding, 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 just all over. And everybody started joining in with those Zoom calls, and it has been so effective. And so we know that social media, we know that these new devices, artificial intelligence, certain things really can help us to be even more effective. So I'm happy that you said, Michelle, of call to action. Let us take the initiative and let us act. Miss Kendra, love to hear from you.
I was so excited. I had to control myself that I didn't get too excited about her being the possibility of the first woman president. I'm claiming that for her. And I had to start looking at, well, what are her values? Like, what is she bringing to us as a people or to the whole United States, right? So I just couldn't overlook the fact that she's already made history as the first VP female of color, right? She's Asian and Black, so it's a win for the Asian community and the African American community, right?
Right.
But it's like there was a little bit of a concern for me for a second. I wanted to hear more from her as a VP. I wanted to hear more of what she was doing. I was excited when she became the VP. Like that was historical. That was something for us to celebrate. And she's part of D9. She's She's from HBCU, so it was like something that we could look at and say, this is what our children, this is what we can aspire to, right? So I was super excited for that. As president of the United States, I'm going, okay, she'll make history as the first VP and the first president. I mean, this is phenomenal. We couldn't ask for more for her right now, right? And it's a win that we all can celebrate. I'm excited about her belief in reference to, as women, we get to run our own bodies. Like, why are we putting to a vote what we can do with our bodies? So I'm excited that she has that value for us. And that she's able to do a lot of other things with the community. But I do want to say, I want to see more involvement from her. So that's what's happening with her, traveling more around the country and talking to different people. She's bringing in people that we wouldn't expect her to bring in. And of course, she's still with people that we would expect her to be with as well. So I'm really rooting for her. I'm hoping that I'm very in a similar situation of Dante and what Jay were saying, is that it's the smart choice for us right now because it's so unpredictable with what Trump could do. And it's a conflict for me just a little because Trump's very heavy in real estate and I'm heavy in real estate. So I'm having this moment like, what? She's the first VP of color and then a female of color. And then we have the opportunity for her to also be the first president female of color. So it's history being, we're just watching history in the making. We never thought, we saw Obama, and in our same lifetime, we'll see VP Harris do something similar. So it's just a wonderful time for us. And so we also have to check ourselves in a mindset of, if there are goals and things that we have to do, why are we not doing them? When we can see these examples in front of us, America is open for us to do them. So I'm super excited for where we're at, what we're able to do, and what's happening for us as a community. But I'm definitely watching. I definitely want more things put in place for us. I want our businesses funded a little easier. I want us to be more open to these things that we normally have to be the last ones to come to. I want us to know more about those things. And at the same time, I want us making history as well. So I love that. I love the space that we're in right now. Yeah.
Absolutely. And just to concur with, with everyone, when you think about where we are, and then you have to also compare where we could be, you got to really think about that as well, right?
Yes.
At least we can hold our heads up high and be proud of representation that literally have walked the walk. Not only has she walked the walk, but she's earned that seat. She's literally earned that seat. Yeah. And I would say this, there's no felonies against her. That's all I have to say. Okay, now one felony. All the other stuff, we can work on.
You went there.
We can work on it with you, all right? Come on now, Dave. I'm telling the truth. We can work on it. Not one, not two, but 34 felonies.
And you can still run for president.
And can still run for president.
And could still run for president. All right?
Yeah.
So not only is it time, guys, we have to do our part. One thing I will say, we already know what we've had in the past because we already seen it. This is something fresh. This is truly something new. And I'm all for let's go, Kamala Harris. Let's go. And I'm not even a huge politician. I'm going to let you guys know that right now. But I know for sure there's a lot of women out there. Women voters are at the high top. That's the top of the list right there. Women voters. And I mean, all different shapes, all different colors, all different ethnic. And yes, the beauty behind the fact that she represents women and multicultural women. I mean, what more can you ask for? You're right. And I love the fact that she likes to dance and she's from the West Coast. So you know what they say? They're not like us. They're not like us. Yes. Oh my goodness.
I can't.
Yeah, she does that crip walk and everything like that with Snoop Doggy Dogg though. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, it has been an incredible time just sharing, You guys, thank you so very much for your insight as well as your expertise and being a part of this week's conversation. And I want to make sure before we close out, you give your final words of wisdom and how people can get in contact with you. I would love for that to happen. And so we'll go straight to you, Dante, first, please.
Okay,
Words of
well,
wisdom.
thank you for the opportunity. What I have is, as Black people, my main thing is urging us and encouraging us to sought after truth and that real solid foundation of information that has no drama to it, that has no false pretenses to it, uh, that's not fake information. I encourage us. We've been fed for too long, too many years of our lives, a lot of rhetoric, a lot of stories, myths, things that keeps us on the edge of our seat, exciting stories and lies and things like that. And I encourage us to chase after truth, research-based information with the same energy that we chase after drama, false, stories, myths, things like that, because it does a lot for us when we know and we stand on the foundation of what is real and what is true. And that's my main thing is it's time out for us to continue allowing people to feed us whatever they want to feed us, put indoctrinations into our brain when we have the ability to use our own brain towards something that's more fulfilling and solid for our people with knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And that's what I have for everyone.
Michelle?
I would like to just encourage everybody to kind of get into community. And what I mean by that is just to get out, connect with more people. You may have a group that you are part of, but there's a lot of other opportunities to use your gifts, your talents, your wisdom. And I would just say, try to find more ways to connect to our youth. They are looking for guidance, they need guidance, they want to be a part of, you know, the adult world, but they have mainly social media to rely on, and that's good in some respects, but then it's very, you know, closed off in a way. So I just, encourage all of us and for you to encourage other people to just engage, find ways to engage with our youth more. Just we need to be able to show them, like how we say we're going to be seniors soon, and it's like we do need to introduce them into more, opportunities to be able to engage with seniors so they can have a certain respect or understand where we're coming from or what our needs are and be able to help us because we're all one big community, and I just want to see us coexist a little bit more, just just a little bit more cohesiveness to us. So, that's what I would like to see, and I think we could do it.
Thank you, Michelle. Jay, your share.
Um, I feel like we're truly living in a unprecedented time with everything, not necessarily just politics, but just the way we live. Nobody's connected to anything anymore. It was a time when kids would go outside and play, and people would actually get together, and it's not so much anymore. We text, we don't even really want to make phone calls anymore. Um, so my word of wisdom is spirituality. I'm not telling anybody to be Christian, Muslim, Jew, or anything, but I do believe that we need more faith in our life. So if you just believe in something that's positive, then I'm for it. I'm for that.
Thank you, Jay. Miss Kendra.
Oh, I have to piggyback on what Jay was just saying, and what all of you are saying in reference to community and God, and having something that's higher than yourself, and understanding that what we do from day to day, hour to hour, whether it's a text or a phone call, is not just about us. It's important that we unite and that we understand that we go back to old principles in reference to, brothers being their own keeper and sisters being their own keeper. It's important for us to get from behind the cameras and recording situations that are detrimental to our safety, and get in front of those cameras and unite and come together and stop things from happening that are harmful to us. We actually have to empathize and feel a part of other people, which will then make us a part of our own communities, and will then make us interested in talking to our next door neighbors and interested in having community events together and visiting those parks together. But we first have to feel like those people are a part of us, a part of our family, and that we're all a part of a higher power. So that when we do something about what we care about, or when we do something about our safety in our communities, that we're all doing that together. We're all doing that for ourselves, our families, and other people. I think sometimes we get so consumed with ourselves that people say many creative things right now. Put your mask on first if you're on the plane, and all these things. And we really tie into that. And while that is true, that you need to make sure your own mental health and your own internal health, your own things are fine, we cannot forget that we are a part of such a bigger picture. We're a part of nature. We're a part of a higher being. So I would have to say, in words of wisdom, let's not forget this is about everyone, and we are one, and making sure that we participate in community and that we treat other people like we want to be treated, and that we stand up for others and have a voice, that we open our mouths about things that we feel are not right, instead of getting back to ourselves later and saying, I should have said something, I should have done something. That we actually take that action and we actually use our voices for good, for ourselves, others, and our communities, right? That would be my words of wisdom, that we don't forget about our environment, whatever that means for us. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so great. Oh my goodness. Wonderful input and insight from everyone. And just to also to concur, in the spaces that we're in, in order for us to build these safe spaces, not only is it important for us to cultivate richer relationships, we have to turn off social media at this point. So therefore we can have conversations, so we can even listen and hear each other. I remember back in the day when we grew up, we had to sit down and have dinner together, and we had conversations. We don't have those conversations anymore. So not only is it important for us to restore richer areas and richer relationships within our families, but also being able to extend and building a stronger community. And that community is only going to help us to connect with healthier, not only guidelines for our mental health, but it's going to help us to enjoy that mental well-being, because that is really important in how we keep showing up for humanity, because it's not about what one person does, but it's about what we do in unison. And yes, as everyone said, that unity, and truly unity means we got to reach down to pull the young ones up, and also reach up to pull the older ones in, so we can all be a part of this complete circle. So therefore we can heal, because we're missing that healing piece right now. And so as we close out today's subject, not only we're focusing on building these stronger relationships, we need each other more than ever. We need each other more than ever. So be active and get involved in your very own communities. Do what it takes, so therefore we can bring about change, and we can be very, as we said already, inclusive to this movement. But don't stop. Whatever we do, don't stop. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And again, I'd like to say thanks to all of our incredible co-hosts for today, for their insight, for their wisdom, their expertise. Oh, it takes that entire community. It's all about that collaboration and creativity. And that's what we were able to do today. So thank you, Kendra. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Jay. And thank you, Dante, as well. Guys, well, this is how we close off this segment for Muses. Anyone want to say one more thing? I thought Kendra, you was going to say something.
No, I'm good. Thank you for having us all.
Oh, yeah, this was wonderful. I mean, this is what happens when we do it at, can't even plan it better than this, okay? Because it was. Well, guys, we're going to roll our shoulders back. We're going to put our heads up high. It's time for us to go blaze the universe. You know why? The world needs another game changer. And that game changer is YOU. So not only we're ready to go and transform these lives, guys, let's go and continue on making greater impact because the world needs it. Thank you guys for joining us, Muses, the podcast. We'll see you guys on next week. Okay? Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, guys. So lovely.
Hey.